So again, that's Harold's commercial, so you can still do any kind of work you need. Harold, come on.
I'd like to thank everybody for coming. Ronnie and Chris did a great job on the hamburgers and hot dogs and hot dogs. They were really good. Scott, yeah, big supervisor, yeah, Scott. Yeah. I'd like to thank everybody that had anything to do with getting you guys down here and all the stuff that all you guys brought. Rick Rogers, I'd like to thank him for making the hats that helped the band out. Where the tip jar is, we were given the hats for anybody that gave a $20 donation, so that'll pay for the gas for the guys and stuff. So anybody have any tips they want to leave, there's a bucket right there for tips. Drop something in. It's been a long road working. I started out working with Ray Davidson. We were best friends, still are. Worked for his father, and then I went to Alaska. I worked as a lumberjack in Alaska, and then worked on building airstrips at the Eskimo villages, and that's where I learned how to woo all the women. The nose action, you gotta do the nose. And I'm not allowed to do the nose thing anymore. So he said, no more. Russ Rowe, he came up, he's the one making all the noise back there. He came up to Alaska, he was part of the gang. My little brother behind me, Tommy, he was part of the Alaskan gang. And anyway, a bunch of us went up there, we had a good time up in Alaska. Came back here and worked with, Ray got me to come back here, work with him some more. And then I worked for Betty Plowman, for Scott and Chris's family, and worked for them for a year or two. And then I started my own business and did that for about 15 years. After that, I got on with East Bay Mud. Best decision I ever made. East Bay Mud was a great place to work. So that's pretty much my history. We've been waiting for the band to play, so I'll turn it over to
Wait. Who's number one now? Who's number one now? Name him.
Ray's number one.
Ray!
Okay,
Ray, get out that easy. There you go.
Ray always wants to outdo me.
Hey, we gotta say a little something. Yeah.
If I drive a dozer off of a hill that's 1,000 feet tall, straight down, all I gotta do is look over my right shoulder. Here comes Ray.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you the real story about Skipper here. For those who don't know, we've got the name Skippers. We got pulled over by the cops when we was about 17. We had a bunch of beer. Back in those days, they just made you pour it out. Told you to go home. I catch you again, you're going to jail. But they pulled me to the side and they said, asked me my name. I told them Ray Davidson. Do you have any aliases? I said, no, I just go by Ray. And my friends call me Ray sometimes. I get Harold over there and he says, gets his name, gets his driver's license, says, do you have any street name, aliases? Harold says, well, my mama calls me Skipper. From that day on, to me, his name was Skipper. But I'm not going to do anything to embarrass Harold or say anything. I'm going to tell you, I met Harold in school, and Harold Crank changed my whole life. He's the greatest friend. He's my hero. He got on with my dad, and my dad was a hard-nosed, hard person to work for. And my stepdad was amazed how quick Harold picked his skill up. Harold excelled at running equipment. He loved it. Whatever job it was, nobody, I'm not hanging off that cliff, or else I'll go do it. He loved it. When Sue talked about him going off the cliff and hanging up, it's because Harold, he got off on it. He loved it. And the only thing that my stepdad used to ask me is, we'd sit there and we'd watch Harold work for a while, and Harold knew he was watching. So Harold would get off one piece of equipment and walk over to another piece of equipment walking like this. And my stepdad goes, you know, that kid can run a hole. He said, but What's wrong with him? And to the day my father died, he wasn't a real social person, but he would tell you there was nobody better. I was jealous of Harold because I was learning at the same time, and he just took off away from me. Harold Crank is one of the best men that God ever put on this earth. Amen. Harold Crank was my friend. We've been down, we've been up, Go back until you can find more.
Pass the hat.
Okay, he didn't bring enough money, so I'm going to tell you what we used to do when we was partying. Actually, I can't really remember what we did. And Harold is, like I say, when I met him, he was there. He changed. I was heading in the wrong direction. Even though Harold, he brought me back, Rusty, Kenny, Harold taught me how to enjoy life. He taught me that it's a one-shot deal, Ray. And we worked together. I remember one time, Harold, I picked him up and his jaw was swollen like this. He had an infected tooth. I said, Harold, you need to go to the doctor. You need to go to dinner. No, I got to go to work. So we bought Harold a pint of tequila. And Harold's digging. My dad had the contract with East Bay Mud. We were digging as rentals for them. And Harold's tooth was hurting again, so this plumber went after and got him another pint. Another pint. Finally, Harold's feeling pretty good. The tooth, he can't feel it anymore. And he said, Harold, go just go park the backhoe and let's go home. Well, Harold's driving along and he goes off the side of a hill and he tips the backhoe over. Everybody's run over there. I said, oh, Harold's dead, man. The backhoe landed on me dead. I run over, look over the roll cage, and Harold looks at me and goes, goody, goody, goody. I've never seen him scared. I've never seen him panic. When I would be panicking, and I have a skill that I've been doing like Harold over 40 years. Harold never panics. Harold never loses his cool. He thinks it out. And there's nobody that deserves this retirement more than Harold. There's not a person in here who doesn't know Harold personally who will tell you that at one point in their life Harold was there for him. And I love him. Don't tell him I said that. And I'm here because he deserves it. He's the best friend that I ever had or ever will have. And I hope we get old together. No, all you guys, all my friends here, you all got old. I didn't get old. But anyway, that's all I want to say. I just want you to know that you're here for a great guy, a great person. I'm sure everybody has stories about Harold. And I won't talk about the times that, no, I won't talk about it. Anybody else want to say something for Harold?
Hey, Ray, he was a damn good band manager too.
Yeah, he was. Hey, you know what? When they sold the house that Harold lived in, it took the guy that bought the house 2 years to convince people that Harold doesn't live here anymore. They come through the windows, they would do it. They say, Harold don't live here no more.
My name is Kenny Rowe. I grew up with Harold Crank. Something you don't know about Harold, we water skied together. Harold was a hell of a water skier. We played baseball together. We've been through it together. The only thing I want to say about Harold is he enhanced the quality of my life. Knowing Harold enhanced the quality of my life. Everybody out there, give a hand if Harold enhanced the quality of your life. That's something to be said about Harold Crank. Thank you.
All I know is that Harold brought me out of music retirement so he can retire. No music.